if you pass it, which is 3 stages, then the aftercare, you get a year off your sentence. So if you had 60 months, you're getting 48 months for doing this program, which is a 9-month program.
So it had me shook.
Man, hey, you guys think about it's funny. Public speaking is most people's number one fear. And that program makes you public speak. It was like you were standing outside a police station selling a key of heroin.
Yeah.
And B and I had to hold a straight face. We looked at each other. We said, heroin? A Debbie cake to heroin? They don't expect people to be looking at them. They expect to hear what everybody else. And that's what made me realize that, damn, that's the number one thing that prison changes about most people. It makes you hyper aware of your surroundings.
That'll fuck with your head, bro. You know, it's life change. Like, this is the hardest thing I've ever been through in my life, hands down. You know what I'm saying? Without a doubt. Next to losing my mama and my grandma. And the unfortunate thing, it really taught you how to become a better manipulator. Because you couldn't get through that program without improving, without manipulation.
What's up, man? Welcome to the fifth quarter. Most people know the systems through headlines, courtroom sketches, documentaries, and people's opinions. We know it because we lived it. Between the three of us, we lived through the investigation stage, we lived through the indictment stage, we lived through the actual sentencing, the prison yard, the halfway house, and the long road of building a life after it all, right? And we're still building in the process. And here is what we've learned, is that the biggest stories are never told inside of a courtroom. They're told in quiet moments, the conversations with your families, the sleepless nights, the regrets, the lessons, the friendships that don't even last because of everything that you go through. Today we're opening the door, we're pulling back the curtain, man. We're gonna talk about a lot of those experiences that we went through, the good, bad, and the ugly. Welcome back to the fifth quarter, Hassan, Brad. What's good, my brothers?
What's up?
How y'all boys feeling? How y'all boys feeling?
Hey, another beautiful day. Weather's a little, as you can tell, a little hazy for Miami, but we're gonna work it out.
What y'all share? We shared something this week, something about Diddy. Diddy hitting the headlines again about some stuff going on up there. His federal prison. Where he at again? What prison they say he at?
And Diddy in New Jersey.
Oh, he in Jersey. Okay, that's right. And he's supposedly in the RDAP program is what they say, which all three of us know about that program. Like,
man,
we all got some real life experience with that program. So I don't know. They're alleging that he got caught. One guy saying he got caught smoking cigarettes or something like that.
Yeah. Maybe we should give the viewers a little bit of insight of what it takes to get into the RDAP program. You dig? What the qualifications are? You know.
Nah, 100%. 100%. No, we can definitely dive into that. I know they don't just let everybody in. That's for sure.
But but with Diddy's background, he was a shoe. He was a shoe. Hey,
for sure.
They probably from the time he did intake, he got bussed over to that joint. He got off the shackles. They said, "Hey, that line." They said, "Come on, dog."
Look, I think he came up the streets dropping the dirty too. Once you drop the dirty, you automatically qualify. You know,
no doubt.
I'm telling you from experience. You did.
Them case managers was on him as soon as he was walking through the gates. Like they try to get you over there quick.
Oh, no doubt. What was it's called the residential drug assistance program, right?
Yeah.
And so as soon as they found out where P Diddy was being pushed to, they said, we got him over here. He need this program.
So they get a check. Don't they get a check for that? Don't they get extra funding for everybody?
I think it's we heard a rumor it was 40,000 per. Well, the program is worth 40,000 per inmate.
Yeah.
And so he getting what they call some real treatment. And so so you guys who out there,
he was.
So you guys out there who don't know
actually,
about
he getting even more treatment now than motherfuckers.
If you mess up. And so people
real quick, you know.
Hey, we try to address what RDAP is. RDAP is the Residential Drug Assistance Program that the feds say if you had any history with drugs, alcohol abuse, that you're qualified to get in this program. And if you take this cognitive behavioral therapy program, if you pass it, which is 3 stages, then the aftercare, you get a year off your sentence. So if you had 60 months, you're getting 48 months for doing this program, which is a 9-month program, depending on when you get in. And so the whole program is living with up to 100 men, and basically holding everybody and
Crazy.
yourselves accountable. And the definition of accountable is if you hear somebody cursing while they're watching a basketball game or a football game or any sports, because that's big in prison, that means you're supposed to report them. That's holding them accountable. And so basically, if I hear Brad cussing watching a game, I'm supposed to, without him knowing, at 7 o'clock in the morning, around those same 100 men that you live with, hold him accountable for profanity. And 2 other members are supposed to hold him accountable, even though they weren't there, just based on my word and saying what I saw or saying what I heard. And he's supposed to learn to take it, even if he did it, didn't do it, thought he did it, forgot about doing it. He's supposed to take it with his hands behind his back, look me in the face, and confirm that he understands what I said he did.
Without minimizing, without passing blame, without making excuses. People stand there and take it to the chin, like just
take it on the chin.
But you the way you describe it, you still make it seem a little sweet, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, it was definitely
you standing up in front of 100 people being held accountable with a microphone. You know what I'm saying? And you got people else standing up giving you feedback, holding you accountable.
Hey, like this.
Then you got the COs or really the counselors. I'm calling them, you know what they call them, the
DTSs.
The DTSs.
Yeah, the DTSs, which is the counselor, but they're still COs. You know what I'm saying? And they hovering around you while you sitting there with the microphone. We seen dudes up there. Like I used to hate it when I first got in there. You know what I'm saying? It was crazy because I used to avoid that microphone. I didn't want no parts of it. But by the time it was time to go home, they was like, man, put that microphone down, give it to somebody else. I don't know if you remember all that, but yeah, I used to want to grab the microphone. You know what I'm saying? They used to, man, sit down, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Man, that jump be pure comedy, dog.
Straight comedy.
Hey, the first day, your very first experience of that first jump start. What was going through y'all mind? Like just sitting in there as a newbie, looking at what they was doing.
I think I got.
Did it mess with you a little bit?
Okay, so for me, I entered the program a month before the program started, bro.
Okay.
And so remember, B, I got in early. B, we got in the same time, but I was in like 3 weeks before you. So I still had to go to Jumpstart 7 o'clock every morning.
But you ain't have to participate yet.
I didn't have to participate yet. It's just that I got to see it.
I ain't have to either.
And so in my mind, I was studying up. I was like, okay, that's how you pull somebody up. All right. Oh, he got it. He know the phrases. Like he know the criminal thinking error, the common thinking error. This dude's going in cognitions. What do you call it? So I was more like, I thought it was at first funny because I didn't have to participate. I was more laughing like, really? They pull this dude up for
It's like a reality TV show.
Man.
And then, hey, B, they pulling this dude up for bringing food back from the chow hall? Serious?
Nah, man. My first experience with it, remember, because I came in after you, but we were still in this, because of COVID, we were still in the smaller.
You still had masks on too, right?
Yeah, we still. Did we still have masks on?
I think in the beginning, because when I came in, I had masks on.
Yeah. I mean,
man, we had masks on because we used to laugh under our masks.
We used to have masks. You're right.
I remember,
but there was times we had to, but then they would let us take the mask off later on. For the further I got into the program, because I think the COVID levels it went down or whatever. But man, I remember getting in there, and I think we was like 20 or 30 people, man, when we was in there. And I just remember, and I was like, man, why they sitting here memorize this, man? I ain't about to can't memorize all this stuff, you know what I'm saying? And then I was like, man, I don't want to get on this microphone, you know what I'm saying? Or actually, when we were in the smaller groups, we didn't have to get on the microphone, but we still had to stand up. And I'd never done any public speaking, and I just was always, I avoided it as much as possible throughout my life. So it had me shook.
Man, hey, you guys think about it's funny. Public speaking is most people's number one fear, and that program makes you public speak.
Oh, they
like mandatory. 100%. And dude,
his brothers in there with no education. I'm talking about zero.
Dude, I remember being when we got to Blue and we had to host them. I remember pointing out people. Remember grabbing people who had never spoke before and their hands would be shaking. Like
Yeah,
they would
man,
get the
like a
mic.
motherfucker.
Nah,
Yeah,
they
and
would,
we be sitting there
and
in the
I would be
mask
like, yo,
laughing
you
like a
okay?
motherfucker, bro.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
it never, I like, dude, I started doing when I was young, I was in spelling bees and speech contests. My parents made me do it. So it never be, I like talking. And so
Yeah,
remember for me,
yeah,
I was
well,
like, dude, I see, and I would be like, damn, this is fucked up. Like for some
yeah,
people, they gonna have to do it. But I was like, no wonder people dropped out the program. If that's a bigger fear than doing another year in prison, like I remember
yeah,
people used to be like, man, I can't do this.
yeah,
I
for
can't do it.
sure,
I can't do it.
without a doubt.
No, I've seen quite a few brothers drop out. They rather go back to general population. They're
Yeah.
like, I
Well,
can't do it.
they couldn't wrap their minds around the the pull ups and the whole accountability, and a lot of them was dropping out. "Ah, man, I'm not snitching with her," and didn't understand, man. This is all it's all game. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No
It's all
doubt.
game. You gotta learn how to play the game. I'm pulling you up for not cleaning your area, or leaving your soap in the bathroom, your toothpaste in the
Hey,
bathroom, you know what I mean? Or not wearing your badge or whatever it was called, you know what I'm
I
saying?
mean,
I wasn't
your
telling
land,
them
your your
your
land, your
land,
hey, I didn't see. Did you see it? So they, even if the dude allegation was right by Diddy, right?
mhm.
Because he trying to say he got caught. He was smoking cigarettes, which that is against the terms of RDAP. I mean, shit,
I
federal
mean, that's
prison
federal
is a
prison.
smoke. It's
That's
smoke
federal
free.
prison.
It's smoke free in the feds, anyways. But RDAP just kind of like be what's your word, put a 10 on it. Like they just
yeah, put a 10 on it
that's
for
your,
sure.
what I'm saying. They
Yeah,
kind of they took it to the next level with everything. So
right.
because if
I
you
mean,
was in
Now,
GP, if you was in GP, what they get? What kind of shot you get for cigarettes?
like a 200.
200 is 200 shot.
Yeah, you're
Hey.
not getting put in the shoe
But
though.
but it's depending who it was. A lot of them wouldn't even say nothing, man. They just keep it moving, COs. You know what I'm saying? It
Yeah,
just depended who was working, because they didn't. Some of them looked at it as serious, the other ones didn't. You know what I mean? That's kind of with everything. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
But in RDAP
So
though, they made
yeah.
that thing.
Oh
So
yeah,
like
I mean the RDAP, man, they made it. If you got caught with vegetables and fruit and shit, nigga,
yeah.
that they putting a 10 on that. You getting held accountable. You know, man.
Hey,
Man, that shit was crazy, nigga.
hey,
You got some green peppers and onions, nigga. I'm pulling you up.
hey,
You know?
Ross. Me and B got a story. How far RDAP goes. This is the perfect example of how far RDAP takes your situation.
Uh-huh.
So B and I are outside the dorm, the RDAP housing, and I got a Debbie cake. What do you call it? B
This
comes
how you
by,
started it off.
hey,
I got a Debbie cake.
yeah, I got a Debbie cake.
All right.
Hey, for people who don't know, you buy Debbie cakes from commissary, federal prisons are sponsored by Debbie Cake, or they got some type of vendor agreement. And so B comes out, B's in shape. He always, if you eating something, he want to eat something. And so I offered him one of my 2 rolls of Debbie cake. He takes it out, takes a bite of it. We laughing at each other. A CO walks by and said, "Ooh, that's a
DTS. It
hey
wasn't a CO. It was a
a
DTS.
DTS," and I didn't know it was
DTS.
a DTS. A DTS stands for
Drug
something,
treatment.
a drug treatment
Specialist.
specialist, drug
Specialist.
treatment
Drug treatment
Yeah.
specialist.
specialist. Yeah.
So we're new to the program. We in about 2 weeks. Remember, program's 9 weeks, so we newbies. And I thought this dude was a regular CO. He walks by and says, "Ooh," they call it a negative contract. Basically, we exchange something for future value. So basically, I got some on B now because I gave him a piece of my Debbie cake, or I gave him one
Mm-hmm.
sliver of Debbie cake.
Mm-hmm.
B and I don't understand that this is negative contract. Basically, you can have some of my food, no big deal. So when the
Uh-huh.
dude says that, I say, everybody want to be. I say, everybody want to be part of RDAP. I don't know that the dude is the DTS. So basically, I'm snitching, talking shit to the police.
Mm.
B looks at me and says, "Yo, that's a big deal. He's part of RDAP." And I'm like, nah, nah, nah. And so we take, this is serious, y'all. We take the next 24 hours, it goes around RDAP on whether or not to hold ourselves accountable. It's
No.
against B's whole core belief of snitching on yourself. But we
That's
got caught by somebody.
definitely my core belief. I'm not telling on myself.
But so
Yeah.
now we're in a full blown dilemma on, do we tell ourselves about sharing this Debbie cake? It's going around RDAP that we got caught by somebody doing something. They don't know us about Debbie
No,
cake,
no,
but
no. Hold on. I'm gonna catch
go
you
ahead.
off there because this is what happened. So you remember how we had our mentors, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And so once it happens, I go talk to Calvin's because Calvin's was I don't Calvin's was my mentor. I don't remember what Calvin's role was, but Calvin's was in a phase ahead of us. I think what had happened because I think Calvin's was in core. because you got the 3 phases. You got what's the first one? What's the first phase?
I know it goes something. I had a yellow so long, I forget the first
It
phase.
went to core and then transition. I know where the last
Transition is blue, right?
Orientation, wasn't it called orientation?
Orientation.
Yeah, orientation.
The first phase is orientation,
Yeah.
core, and
Transition.
transition. And so in orientation, you really don't have to really know anything. You just got to go through. You got to go through the moves. You know what I'm saying? Just you got to stand up. You got to and just participate. That's all you got to do. As long as you participate, you're gonna make it through orientation. Well, anyway, so I go holler at the dude though. Like, look, man, this just happened. You know what I'm saying? And so, what should we do? You know what I mean? And so I go tell him. He said, and he comes back, man, we're gonna have to hold you accountable and pull you up. I was like, nigga, what? What you mean? You know what I'm saying? So I said, I said, man, what you mean you got to pull me up, man? And then he started breaking it down for me. And
Hey, this
I'm
was
really
the black guy.
feeling,
He was the black. He was the black. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Black
and so I'm not
glasses.
feeling. And so I'm not feeling it. He said, man, look, you trust me. It's too many people know about this right now. You would rather I hold you accountable, we hold you accountable versus somebody else. And then he just taught me from that point on, this is how you play the game, man. This is how you got. This is what you got to do, especially now because I'm in a phase ahead of you. You know what I'm saying? I got to teach you the program. You know what I'm saying? And at the same time as I teach you the program, I'm also teach you how to finesse the program at the same time. You know what I mean? And it just went from there. But back to the pull up. Back to the pull up though. Yeah. So
yeah.
Go ahead,
so
you can finish
so we end up negotiating how we're going to pull each other up or who's going to pull us up because we both have to be held accountable at this point. And like you said, in Jumpstart, we were going into these little rooms. These little rooms are like 10 people, 15 people. I remember this pull up. We were actually inside the dorm in the TV room.
Yeah.
And
so y'all didn't do this in the auditorium with everybody?
Nah, I didn't have everybody
together. It was like 30 people in there though. You know.
Okay.
Oh, is that many people?
Yeah, it was about 30 people. Yeah.
And so when you get pulled up, audience, basically somebody calls you out, you stand up, put your hands behind your back. They talk about what your common thinking areas are, what your criminal thinking areas are, and then they give an example of it in the real world. Like this could lead to this. And so this is vivid to me because I never seen the creativity go into something this small that turned to something this big in my life. So remember, y'all, we exchanged $1 Debbie cake. I think it was a strawberry swirl or some shit like that.
Would it turn into a drug empire?
It turned into
a
Mr. Brown. Hey, you were standing outside the police. Hey, what was it, B? Mr. Brown. It was like you were standing outside a police station selling a key of heroin.
Yeah.
And B and I had to hold a straight face. We looked at each other. We said, heroin? A Debbie cake to heroin? We said, somebody, hey, the imaginations of these people.
So then they just shooting at us, man. They had us on our feet for like an hour with the feedback. You know, normally you're supposed to get two or three people? Three people to give you feedback. Man, they letting it ride because they talking about it so serious. You know what I'm saying? So man, we was on we got probably 10 feedbacks. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Now it was the whole session. And
that's the bid right there, boy. The feedback is the bid.
The
feedback is the bid.
And the crazy thing is, if you know how to work the program, like me and B are new to the program, so we're trying to learn our way. And remember, I already stepped in 1,000 landmines. I'm in yellow 2 weeks in, 3 weeks in.
This is what got you in yellow. That's what got you.
Oh, this is one of the 3 things that got me in yellow.
This was the last result. You didn't. After this, you went to yellow. I remember that for sure.
Oh yeah. Okay, so
this was the last straw. That was the last straw.
It's important to note. So for people that's watching, when you get placed in yellow, that's your warning. That's like your stage before you get kicked out. So even when they talk about Diddy, you know what I'm saying? It's like they normally place you in yellow before they give you the boot, unless it's something serious.
And it's almost like you remember back in the day when they would
dunce cap.
The dunce cap. Yeah, it's like having the dunce cap. Yeah, but you got this because everybody else got a color. You got this bright ass yellow shit.
Yellow means y'all.
And the whole compound. The whole compound know what that means.
Yellow means yellow means you can't do right. You Mr. Can't do right. Because if there's 100 people in this thing and there's only 3 people with yellow, you one of the idiots.
I got
They
I
can't.
got
And
put
Hey,
then
they
together.
can't finesse this system.
and then the bid turns into fucking with or messing with the people with the yellow
Yellow.
lanyards. You know, then
Yeah.
you
Yeah,
know what I'm saying? Hey man, I'm gonna pull you up. You know what I'm
because now you know they on
saying?
edge. If they get anything, if
Yeah,
anything else happen, and they get because
And, hey,
I done seen them pull ups get people kicked up out, almost kicked up out of there.
oh,
for
no
real.
doubt. And
I
Like
done
especially,
seen
hey,
the I done seen the bid where you just harass a motherfucker for the whole week to the next or the whole day to the next jump start.
hey, nah,
Nigga, I'm
or
pulling
over,
you up.
hey, nah, it's
Yeah.
crazy when you catch somebody doing something for the weekend, like on a
Oh yeah,
Friday,
they
and
yeah,
then
on
talk
Friday you gotta
about it
wait till
all on the
Monday.
weekend. Oh, I can't wait to pull you up on Monday.
hey,
Ooh,
And you
ooh,
they sit there sweating all the
oh,
week
yeah.
till Monday.
You're like, oh, and
yeah,
oh man, this might be a multiple all in one pull up. I think I'm gonna catch you for the cursing. I'm gonna catch you for
Yeah.
taking food. I'm gonna catch you for. Don't worry, I'm only gonna hit you one time. Then you'll never get pulled up.
You know what I'm saying? If somebody
So,
pulling you up for not being willing to hold somebody accountable, you're hit. You know what
hey,
I'm saying?
yeah.
so somebody watching this wants to know. Think about 100 men ages 20 to 60 that
70s. I'm I feel
are
like 70.
yeah 70 that have all from different walks of life, different races,
It's
different
crazy.
religions, different educations, and think about we're responsible for holding each other accountable, and it's part of the entire program is to basically snitch on a stranger for acting weird. Basically,
Acting
that's the
weird.
program. And
For
this is
acting.
supposed to train you to always think about doing the next right thing, which it does because you are at a point, once you see people get kicked out of this program for BS, something's BS or whatnot, or can't make it, you understand how vital this 12 months is. And the farther you go in the program, the more you get closer to
Oh,
the finish line.
it
And
just
so
make
you get
it.
mentally like you're
More
really,
pressure.
hey,
It's more
yeah, it's
pressure
more pressure.
too.
You're walking
Yeah.
on your skate. You're always skating on thin ice. When you see some
Yeah.
bullshit,
Don't get
you're
caught
like this.
slipping.
Ah,
Can't get
don't do
caught
that
slipping.
around
Yeah.
me. Don't do that
Cause
around me, y'all.
yeah,
Don't do that
and I
around me.
remember
You
I
know
being
I'm
blue.
almost.
I remember I was in blue, which is the last phase. I was just on chill mode, man. I'm doing bare minimum, you know what I'm saying? Because I don't even want to get caught up in nothing, you know what I'm saying?
No doubt.
But to elaborate what you're saying, it's not really uh pulling you up for weird shit. It's for negative behavior. You dig what I'm
Yes,
saying?
It is
Which
for
was
negative
correct.
behavior.
negative behavior,
Correct.
which was very subjective, and you would take the tools that we learned throughout the program and learn how to apply those to address the negative behavior or to yeah, more or less to address the
It
negative behavior.
nah, it definitely when you it definitely made you zone in on behaviors, like even in yourself,
Identifying
identifying
negative
Identify your
behaviors.
behaviors.
Yeah, that's the
negative
word
behaviors.
yeah,
Yes.
identifying. That's the word I was looking for.
You,
Yeah,
I don't think I
yeah,
became so hyper aware of my own behaviors into that program. Like,
without
cause
a doubt.
Dude,
it has you on such an edge that you be overthinking everything, especially what you're
dude.
doing in front of people. Like,
Hey,
it's
Ross,
like, man,
piggybacking on that. Okay, so I got before I got out, I got a 1 week furlough while I was still in the program. I
hmm
was getting out in like a month, right? B, I got a 1 week furlough
Mm,
before you left, and so,
right.
or I got a weekend furlough. But this furlough taught me that RDAP had changed me. I went out. I went to a basketball game. What do you call? I went to Atlanta Hawks. I think they were playing. They might have been playing New York Knicks, right? And this is in 2022. And so I get out and I'm watching everybody. I'm going from a 300 people camp to a 30,000 people arena on my first day after 2 years.
that would have messed me
Well,
up.
I didn't even realize that you went to the game. Well, I don't
Yeah,
recall.
I remember
Yeah.
my sister works for the NBA.
Right. Yeah.
So what do you
Yeah.
call? She said, "Hey, enjoy it up." So we check in at the W. We immediately there that same night we go into the game. For us, I had never been shot, but I realized like when you're in prison, people, you're paying attention to how you walk. I don't care if you're at like I said, a camp or low. There's certain etiquette in prison where you mind your space. You're aware. Prison
100%.
makes you very aware of your surroundings because you're dealing with all strangers. And so, but because of RDAP, you're hypersensitive to your surroundings because who's listening to me? What can I talk
It
about? Is
had
this
you on
me?
Right.
edge.
Or is this a dude who's looking to do shot because I pulled him up? Is he
Right.
trying to get me back?
Or is it
And so,
somebody that's hunting pull-ups? Just you
yeah,
know what
hunting
I'm
for a
saying?
pull.
Just
Hey,
hunting pull-ups.
you got
Yeah,
them
hunting
dudes
for
that just
pull-ups.
hunting for a pull up. So they,
Right.
huh? And so I go to
Yeah.
this game, and as soon as I walk in, I got bumped by about three people. And this time, I'm in shape. You know, I'm like,
Right.
and I was like, what the? I was like, are these people not aware? And it just hit me right then. I said, no, they aren't. I said, 30,000 people. It's probably so many people who've probably been to prison here. I said, but they're not aware of their surroundings. They don't care. They're just here.
Yeah.
They expect everything to go right. They don't expect people to be looking at them. They expect to hear what everybody else. And that's what made me realize that, damn, that's the number one thing that prison changes about most people. It makes you hyper aware of your surroundings.
Nah, it definitely amplifies it, especially in the RDAP
And
program.
and also has you develop habits that you take into the free world, at least for myself personally. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Habits that I learned from that program, habits from how I fold my laundry, you know what I'm saying, to give myself more
Yeah.
space. Habits, you know what I'm saying? Now I courtesy flush every time I go, number two, you know what I'm
Good
saying? And
job.
for those
Good
that don't know
job.
what courtesy flushing is every time you drop,
You
you
gotta you
flush,
gotta
you know
flush
what I'm
that
saying?
toilet.
So, and it's a respect thing because so the others around you don't have to smell it. You know what I'm saying? Especially like when you get into the
Uh,
cell or the hole. You know what I'm saying? You better not get in there not doing it. But
Yeah.
yeah.
Nah, you better
yeah,
not get in there acting like the cell is your cell. The bathroom is your
yeah, with
bathroom.
the bathroom, yeah, damn
Please.
sure, yeah.
I,
Yeah.
nah, yeah. I mean, D, you had a your whole experience was too close for comfort to be doing that anyways. You
Man, what? Yeah, yeah,
you you have me die laughing every time you tell me that story, boy.
man,
Or flick every time
man,
I had to flicking his dread off me.
man. So yeah. So they
This
say
is this is
allegedly that
everybody. This is
That
related to
Diddy,
Puffy. This is related to the
yeah,
Diddy thing getting put in the shoe. And once
yeah.
again, nobody shared their opinion about. I don't think Puffy got it just a cigarette. If this did happen, if this news is true, a cigarette doesn't really get you in the shoe. A
Nah,
cigarette gets you put in yellow if you're in RDAP. It might get you kicked to GP. It might get you a shot. It might take away some of your FSA, which is your first step back time. But you're not going. You got to do something else. He might have been smoking weed. Might have been smoking some like
it
not a
said it was
legend,
a
but the things
Yeah,
that get you put in the shoe,
it
altercations get you put in the shoe,
it
like
gets you. You getting caught with cigarettes typically is not gonna get you put in the shoe. It's gonna get you. You're gonna
nah,
get phone restriction. You can't use the phone, or you're gonna lose commissary. You can only
commissary.
spend so much at commissary, which is more or less the grocery store or the market that we're allowed to use to go
And
to buy food.
Puffy got bread, so he could just
So
go buy his stuff from the
Puffy
store
probably
anyway.
or he got a store. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
I got the whole
Yeah.
store.
yeah.
But no,
No, it says he
the
got an
story you're talking
altercation.
about though is when I went in the suit, man. I went in. It was a one man, and there's
What'd you get in
and
trouble for?
I got caught with a jack. The jack being a cell phone, and some tobacco. It was some K2, some deuce, but I said it was tobacco. So anyway, I go in the shoe. Uh, it's a one man, and half the cell is like a brick slab, like a bed. So it's elevated like a bed. So it's because it's a one man cell. So dude who got in the cell first, he always got the slab. You know what I'm saying? So then me and my man's is on the floor. You know what I'm saying? And so I slept
So
along
you got three
uh,
people in a
three
one man
people and
cell.
a one man. Okay. And so I slept on the floor. I slept
I'm cool.
the horizontal to the bars. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
And my man would sleep, and his head would be. We sleep at almost at a diagonal, almost. You know what I'm saying? So our heads were almost like right to each other because he slept, and his legs were wrapped around the toilet. You did?
I get traumatized just hearing this
Yeah.
story.
His
Yeah,
legs is wrapped around the toilet.
yeah.
So
I'm
look,
visualizing this beat.
like and this shit.
I got a dude on a cinder block bed. I got another dude with his legs wrapped around the toilet, sleeping on his back or sideways. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm trying to visualize it
Yeah.
like
So
I
look,
sleep
and you
with a
know how,
little.
and so they give you the match, right? So he's so close to the toilet. Like if I get up in the middle of the night and say, "Hey, bro, I gotta piss," you know what I'm saying? He would have to roll with his mat, you know what I'm saying, towards the wall. So when I'm pissing, it ain't splashing on his mat or his blankets and shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? This shit. And so because niggas don't want to get up, they sleep. You're not gonna stand up and all that. So this nigga would just roll over. You know what I'm saying? This
Yeah.
shit. And but anyway, I'm so close to the nigga our head because like I'm telling you that I'm so close to him that I'm flicking the nigga's dreadlocks off me in the middle of the night and sleep. Nigga, I can smell this nigga's body, bro. You know what I'm saying? I can smell him. And his scent, you know what I'm saying? I'm not necessarily gonna say his body odor, but I smell his scent all night. You know what I'm saying? Man, and that's just one of the stories, bro. And then like we got into talking about or I got into talking about the courtesy flushing. You know what I'm saying? We would because there's three of us in there, so one of us had to go to the bathroom. You know what I'm saying? The other two would stand up, face the bars,
Face the
while
wall.
while facing the bars. You know what I'm saying? While this
Yeah.
man's taking the shit. You know what I'm saying? And so he better be courtesy flushing while he's sitting there doing it. Well, one of the niggas I was in there with, he's a bigger nigga, you know what I'm saying? And so he probably 300, 350, you know what I'm saying? He would sleep. You know, he's sleeping most of his time in the shoe. So sometimes, man, I had to take shit in the middle of the day, you know what I'm saying? And hey, bro, I gotta take shit. So, you know, I'm trying to tell the nigga, get up, stand by the bars. The niggas just say, man, fuck it, go ahead. And he roll his mat over and face the wall
Face
because
the
he's on the
wall.
slab.
Face
So
the
nigga,
wall.
I'm taking the shit, bro. And I can reach out and touch this man while I'm on the toilet taking the shit, bro. This
Hey,
man, I'm talking about that, man. That shit
hey.
fuck
Okay,
your head
so
up, bro.
It
B,
messed your whole
remember?
head up.
Hey, you
Man,
guys
what?
remember? I was in FDC Miami for 13 months, and remember I was in behind the door. Uh,
Right.
and so now it used to be funny as hell because I'm a regular individual, right? And so I remember my boy used to be like, "Yo, put the towel up." And so the first dude I had a dude named Vasily. He was so creative. Be like people in prison, y'all, and these types of in the I hate to say the mediums and lows when you behind the wall when they close the door, you get really creative. And so my man had a wire stripped up and two towels.
Made curtains.
So he made it so we would turn that joint, cut that joint in half, and then I had a little box to put up to the window. He would always be like, man, he goes, man, make sure to flush. And but dude, I remember the toilets in FDC didn't have any lids on it. So you just had to kind of sit on sit on
Yeah, yeah.
the
That's that.
basin.
Oh, you sitting on
You
that
got,
steel, or
yeah, your ass, yeah, either the steel, your ass got really
with no
used to
lid,
sitting on
ain't no
cold
lid,
shit.
ain't no
Yeah,
lid.
nah.
Yeah, no, ain't none of
Hey,
that. You know what
so
I'm saying?
once somebody's been and did a certain amount of time, like I say 3 months, 4 months, in places like this where you have to shit and piss in front of someone or show random people your dick and your genitals,
Yeah.
you get so like
Accustomed.
that's nothing no more.
Yeah, accustomed to it. Yeah, you know,
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
like this.
man.
Lift your nuts. Bend
Yeah,
over. What's up? And then
yeah,
hey, what's up, officer so and so?
Niggas just,
yeah.
it definitely it messed your head up enough for sure.
It
Man,
does. It does.
and give you some more examples of the creativity in there, you know, in the situation. Because I always compare that shoot to like being a POW, at least the way they treated us. You know what I'm saying?
No doubt.
And so one of the things they would do is, man, I don't know your experience, Hassan, but mine, there always was pumping cold air into the cell. You know what I'm saying? So
Oh yeah.
it's
Oh yeah.
cold as a motherfucker. So then we had this big ass vent. And so what we do is we tear pages out of the magazine or take the newspaper and we use toothpaste
Toothpaste.
like it's
Toothpaste glue.
glue,
Yeah.
and cover the vent up. And then this used to fuck me up too. I don't remember when you're in the shoe, they'll come around all the staff of the institutions that you're in, and they'll do so that way, and all the counselors will come around once a week. So that way, if you had any grievances or you need to talk to
You can
somebody
talk
about
about
something, but the way they would walk around, it would almost like they would come see us, man, and they visiting animals in the
it.
zoo,
Yeah, in
bro.
the
Because
zoo.
you know what I'm saying, like in the
Animals.
zoo, yeah. Because it used to fuck my head up, bro. How they would come do these rounds, and so what they would do to us, so they would see. So it's crazy too because you're gonna have contraband in the hole, and I'll get to that more in that in a minute. But that the putting the magazine up there and covering the vent is almost so man, they would get on our ass, you know what I'm saying, about hey, you gotta take that paper down off the vent, you know what I'm saying? So what we started doing is instead what we would do, or what I would do, is man, I start biting through my socks, bro, because I see somebody else do it, bite through my socks. And I'm making Under Armour, making long sleeves and shit, bro. You know, so I can
You
stay,
get real creative.
so I can
Gotta
stay
stay
warm, bro.
warm.
Dude,
Yeah.
And then
hey, B. We
yeah,
had I will tell you, in FDC Miami, we had sewers. I mean, everything from I'm saying real weight bags. Like I thought about
yeah,
actually taking the business and doing water bags as a business outside of here. The stitching was so damn tight. Pillows. B. Dudes will ask you what size pillow you want,
Oh yeah, I
and the
was there.
pillow be legit.
This was in
like
Miami.
my pillow here. In
Yeah, but
Miami.
you had movement in there though, right? A
Oh,
little bit of
remember
movement,
what he called it, FDC Miami? It was just floors. You had
just floor.
pods.
So
What he called?
how many
All
was it be in your pod though?
Probably 200.
And y'all had TVs and all that. Man, I'm
We had three
telling. See
TVs.
the
No
shoe totally
outside.
different. The shoe's
Oh
totally
yeah,
different, bro.
yeah. The shoe.
You
Hey,
ain't getting no
nah, you
movement,
can't
bro.
get no pillow in the shoe.
Man,
Nah,
you
ain't no
ain't getting no
movement at
pillow,
all.
man. Ain't no movement, bro. You know what I'm saying? And you get lucky, you go to the rec, and they took us out the
But
rec
this
one
was
time, bro. And
you went through this well because this one because in Montgomery we ain't have no shoe. We had to go to county.
Nah, you had to go
you
to
had to go to
county.
county. This is my first bid. It was in Marion,
Okay.
Illinois. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's the same. It was so Marion used to be a Supermax, and this is where John Gotti was at, and some other
Whoa.
people, you know what I'm saying? So they converted it to a medium. So I was in the camp there, which was outside
Yeah.
outside the prison. So like I'll never forget because I self-surrendered, and when I pulled up, this is almost everything that when you go think you go into prison and what prison look like. You know, it's got the gun
Hmm.
tower, the big ass walls,
Oh
the big
nah,
ass
you got a
fence. You know what
medium.
I'm
You got
saying?
a pin. Yeah, that's
Man,
like
yeah,
a
because
pin.
like I said, it used to be a Supermax, so it's got that look. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like, oh damn.
You
And I'll never forget
you thought about turning around and going on the land.
man, what no, but then I realized I wasn't behind that wall though. You dig what I'm saying? I'm on the camp on the other side. But when you go to the hole, boom, now you in the medium. You dig what I'm saying? So I'm going in them bars when I'm walking behind you, the
It's
bars
a
closing and shit, man. That's just an eye opening experience, bro.
it's a different
It's a whole
it's a different
Man,
energy. It's a different
it's a whole
energy. It's
different man, it's a whole different
because I was
energy,
working.
vibe, you know what I'm
B
saying, bro?
said it's a
Yeah,
it's
this
a
What?
I
hey.
already know this last bit. I told the dude they was on lockdown for like I want to say it was a minute, and he said they were getting ready to open back up, and he's like, I said, how long you think before the next lockdown? He said the same day.
Yeah.
Same day.
Hey, that shit crazy. Hassan, did y'all ever go off the wreck when you was in
Now
Miami?
our rec was inside. It was just
So look, go ahead, my
go ahead.
fault.
Oh, it was just an indoor basketball court with some
Yeah,
pull up bars. It was
so when
indoor.
you in the shoe and they take you out the wreck, so we supposed to get out once a week, right? And they rarely because the shoe was overcrowded. There had been like a riot or something in the medium or some shit, and so it was overcrowded. So there's like 100 people in the shoe when I was in there when I first got in there, right? But anyway, so they would take you outside, okay, and it's like you in cages, and they would put different wings
Oh,
in these
like you see
cages,
on movies, like you see
like you
on
see on
movies.
movies, right? And so, like exactly like you see on movies. So, like, say the
Whoa.
niggas, so the nigga I was in the camp with, he might have been on a different wing, so he's in a different cage, but the cages is connected, but the fence is separating us. So
Uh
the way you get your exercise would be niggas is walking laps in the dog. It's like a dog cage,
huh.
bro. Just a
Dog kennel.
big ass
Hmm.
dog kennel. You know what I'm saying? But
Like
a whole
hey,
like 20
like it's
dogs. Yeah,
continued
and
trait
we
training,
walking laps,
crate training.
circles. Yeah, walking circles and laps around the damn dog cage, bro, to get some exercise and shit. But I only went out there one time because I was down in Marion, which is right by St. Louis, and so it's still you still got that Midwest weather, and it was cold one time, and it was probably like man, it was high 30s, low 40s, and they had took us out there, and you only supposed to be out there for like an hour, right? I think it was an
Mm-hmm.
hour or a half hour, I can't remember. Man, and so keep in mind, and they give you a jacket to go out there. They wouldn't give you no scully. I would have to. So somebody told me, man, you got a bald head, bro. Sneak your t-shirt out there and take it. So I tied my t-shirt up like a scully on my head. You know what I'm saying? And it's cold out there. You know what I mean? I only wore one pair of socks. You're only supposed to have a couple pair of socks anyway. I wore one pair, and nigga, they left us out there for like 3 hours, 3.5 hours. I couldn't feel my feet, bro. When I came back in, bro, I tell you, I couldn't feel my feet for almost 3 hours. You know what I'm saying? And
B
I was
said,
so mad.
I
I
ain't
was
going
so mad.
outside
Man,
ever
I'm not
again.
going outside ever again. Nigga, I went out there one time. And so then I'm like, hey, look, this is the only time so the other niggas would go out the wreck. This is the only time I could take a shit and be by myself. You know what I'm saying? So
No
I
doubt.
would love when they would go to wreck because I just give me some me time, you know what I'm saying? Because you 24/7, I'm got niggas right up under me, you know what I'm saying?
B said
Yeah,
the yard is overrated. 1 star.
One
man,
one
what?
one
One
star.
star. One
Yeah,
star.
Look, I didn't know how good. I mean, when and until going to Coleman on this last bid, I appreciate it. It made it crazy when you like appreciate something because I don't appreciate none of it. But in comparison between yards, um, it was a camp, but man, they ran that thing like a low. But when we was at Montgomery, FPC Montgomery, like we had a lot of amenities there that I guess, you know what I'm saying, that a lot of
No
people don't
doubt.
have at other spots. Like at least on the rec yard. Like it was stuff to keep us kind of occupied because
No doubt.
well before I got out of there, I think we was at like 900 people on the compound.
It was
Mm.
never when being out there. It was never
It's
over like
400. I think it's
350.
400. They got up to
They was
400.
ramping up. They
Yeah.
started ramping it back up again because now COVID completely gone.
So
So
people out, hey, so Ross, people out here still doing fraud.
I guess they are. They just
Hey,
I just ain't
speaking,
in none of those
hey,
circles no more, boy.
Just another experience when we was talking about the creativity, right? So remember how I was telling you how it would be so cold in there. So and you're supposed to get a shower. You're supposed to get a shower. I think it was either two times a week or 3 times a week, right? Well, the hole was so overcrowded that we was getting a shower once a week. Okay, so part of the way you get through being in the hole or the shoe,
Sound funky as
what?
hell.
Yeah, when I say shoe, what shoe stand for? It says what shoe stand
It's
for?
special
special
housing,
Housing
housing
unit,
unit,
special
special
housing
housing
unit.
unit.
Yeah, special
special
housing
housing.
unit. So anyway, so in the shoe, so we go to the shower, and so you know when they take you to the shower, oh, do y'all know anything about cuffing up? What they
Oh,
mean when they
Cuffing
say
up.
well, they hold on.
cuff
You
up?
put your hands to the joint,
No, it's not.
or put your hands
Not
backwards.
you backwards. Okay, so
Backwards.
anytime, so anytime they would have come, the CEOs would want to come to the cell to search the cell, or when they take you to the shower, or they take you say you got to go to the doctor or anywhere they got to take you out. They got to everybody in the cell got to cuff up. So you put your hands behind your back
Through the little
and
window.
you got to go through the chuck hole for the food trays, and then they cuff you up. So before they let anybody, and we in there 3 deep, before they come in the cell or let any of us out, we all three got to be handcuffed. You dig what I'm saying? So anyway, then they would take you to the shower when we go take on shower day. And take you to the shower, and you're cuffed up going to the shower, and then the shower is nothing but a cell. A cell that's been converted to a shower.
No doubt.
Mhm.
So the shower's got bars all around it. So then you get in the shower, you got to turn back around so you can get uncuffed so you can take a shower. And then they give you a towel roll, okay? And the towel roll's got your jumpsuit, your socks, and your underwear and your t-shirt, okay? So then you're supposed to take your old dirty stuff and throw it in the laundry.
Mhm.
So because it was so cold, was 2 reasons I would do this, because it was so cold and because I was working out in the cell. That was part of my way to get through my day, is that I would work out. You know what I'm saying? Push-ups, pull-ups, and dips.
So
You know what I'm saying?
you was in a cell with 3 people, still
We
getting
working
your
out
workout
together.
in.
We all working out together. That's how we getting our time. Doing our time. Because one of the partners, I used to work out with him on the yard. And we was in different cars, but we was both into working out. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And so after I would I would never throw my old stuff in the laundry basket. I would just roll it up, and after I got done taking my shower, I stuff it in my jumpsuit. So now I got an extra uniform or extra jumpsuit, and I would take it and wash it in the sink.
In
You
the
know what I'm
sink.
saying? And washing my drawers and six. And I got extra drawers, extra socks, so I can make my long sleeves.
So he's telling this
And
stewardess to tell you what Puppy going through right now
man, I'm
in the
telling
shoe.
you
Because it
exactly,
almost
and just
confirmed that
explain
he's in the shoe. We just don't know what he's in for.
right.
But there's no
So
special treatment in the
So
shoe.
so I'm cuffing and taking extra jumpsuits. So I keep a jumpsuit every time, and because it's so cold, so I can double up at night. Because it be cold as a motherfucker, you know what I'm saying. So I'm doubling up my socks, doubling up, you know what I'm saying. Because I would keep like 3, 4 rolls in my cell. And
Mhm.
then, bro, but this is what the craziest thing about going to the shower. The two most craziest thing about going to the shower. Remember, I told you one, there had been a riot, so you know what I'm saying, it was the hole was overpopulated. You know, it was just there was too many people in the hole. So we're supposed to be going to get showered 2, 3 days a week. We get in 1 day a week, or at least or once every 5 days. And if you go into the shower at the wrong time, bro, you might have came behind, you might have been the 100th nigga to come through the shower.
Mhm.
Do you know how nasty that motherfucking
Oh
shower
yeah,
is? Niggas
it's
is in
gonna be
there
disgusting.
shaving,
Hey,
what's up? And you know
that's
what
worse
else
than
they
an
in there
outdoor
doing? You
beach
know,
shower.
and you know, now you in there by yourself, so you know niggas is trying to, you know, they got
Yeah,
that pressure, build up. You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah,
man,
they try to.
but
It's disgusting.
back to the creativity part of it though. So, the very first time we went to the shower, I'm watching these dudes and they keep grabbing their toothpaste holders, right? Their toothpaste. And the toothpaste has got a hole in it. I said, like, man, what is y'all doing, bro? And they said, you're gonna see when you're gonna shower, bro. So like, and they kept encouraging me, you make sure you take your toothpaste and you gotta bite through the bottom of it to put the hole in it, man, because you're gonna need to put it on the shower head. I'm saying, man, what are you talking about, bro? And remember how I'm telling you how nasty this motherfucker is? So
Yeah.
if you didn't go in there with this toothpaste, it's like more or less like a head for this. You're using it as a head to get you a stream because when you take a shower, the water's not coming out. It's like a mist, bro. It's like a straight mist, so you can barely rinse yourself off. So you have to take this toothpaste to make a head so you can get a nice stream of water just to
That's
rinse
crazy.
yourself. Man, man, I'm telling you, bro. I can tell you
No, that,
stories and story about. You know what I'm saying? I'm giving y'all
Hey,
the
I
best
never
ones,
had
bro.
any. Shout
Man,
out
that's
to FDC. Shout out to Tallahassee. Shout out to FDC. We never had these shower.
man, bro. This man, I'm
yeah,
telling you when I tell you that shoe that'll
nah,
fuck with
it,
your
it,
head, bro. You know, it's life
Whoa.
change. Like this, is the hardest thing I've ever been through in my life, hands down. You know what I'm saying? Without a doubt. Next to losing my mama and my grandma, and I lost my grandma while I was in there.
Hey,
Yes,
so that's B's. Hey, shout out to Diddy. Hope you handle your shoe experience better than B's.
man.
Hope it's one man to a shoe, one man to a sale.
Right,
Hope you don't have no dreads, hey, dipping on you while you sleep.
man. And learn how to stay warm too, my nigga.
Well, he in New Jersey during the summertime, so he should
Yeah,
be all right, right?
yeah, yeah. For now, I done heard stories about that too. I was fortunate. I wasn't in there when it was hot. Niggas tell me they ain't butt ass naked to be so hot. They doing the same thing as far as when it's cold, they
Whoa,
freezing you, and when it's hot, they trying to
whoa,
fry your ass.
bunch of butt ass
Niggas is
naked,
down there, niggas
butt ass naked
nigga
dudes.
damn near there, butt ass naked to stay warm, cool, bro. It's just
that's
crazy. You know
crazy.
what I'm saying? I heard about all them stories from the other niggas. You
Hey,
know what I'm
that's
saying?
crazy,
Man, I'm talking about you saying you be in there sweating like a motherfucker, bro. You know what I'm
dude.
saying?
The when I got indicted, and well, when they picked me up, the heat was out at FDC. You know, I think I did 2 days, but the heat was
Mm-hmm.
out, dude, and it was August. Hold on, I got picked up, yeah, August 25th. Dude, I remember being in there, taking my shirt off, looking around, asking the CO. I said, "This, how hot is it in here?" And they're like, "Air conditioners out."
Yeah,
And
you in Florida
You
too?
know, yeah.
Shit,
dude,
yeah.
it
Hell,
might have been 90, 95. Everybody sweating, people quiet. People couldn't get the ice maker was
nigga.
out, so you couldn't get no cold water.
And you had to keep your jumpsuit on, right? You couldn't like walk around in your boxers and nothing
I
like that,
mean,
right?
nah, it was COVID.
Oh,
So what do
okay.
you call it? You were stuck in your cell. But
Okay,
I
so yeah,
remember,
you.
dude, I remember I was on the, what was it? The east side? It was the east side. Because, yeah, in the morning, dude, from 7 o'clock, when the sun would come up, all the way till about 12 o'clock till we get over the building, the cell had to be 90 degrees. And I was
Yeah,
thinking, I
Crazy.
was like, dude, this has
Well,
to
that
be
heat ain't no
illegal.
joke.
Hey,
no, not
Ross,
at all.
this has to be illegal.
Yeah,
Forgot
yeah,
I was
no,
a
that.
prisoner.
Hey, you know what I just thought about? If he is in the shoe, if he is in the if he's in the shoe or if he's in the like solitary, right? While you're in RDAP,
You can't.
I'm
You'd be kicked out of RDAP.
I'm
Yeah, it's
thinking
over with.
it's
It's
like
over
it's
with.
part that
It's
so
over with.
it don't matter what reason unless he
And
beat it
I
while you're in
forget.
there,
Unless
right?
you got once you go through the process,
He
you
got
dig
to
what I'm
fight it.
saying? You got to fight it, and then once you go through the process, I can't remember what the process is. What's it called? I can't remember.
It is a process
Uh,
that but he has to almost
yeah, but
fight
once
it.
you go through
Yeah.
once you go through the
I just thought
process,
about that. I'm like, well, if you go
You
to
can
for
test
any
your,
reason,
what's it called? You can contest your shot.
yeah,
yeah,
contesting
but
Your
yourself, but
shot.
it's the process. It's almost like team. It's almost like team, I think, but it's
correct,
just
right?
with one person.
I just
But
thought about
anyway,
that.
he can get back in RDAP, and I've
But he
seen
have to wait.
people.
He have to come
And
back.
you
If
gotta
you get
wait.
back
Yeah,
in
you gotta
RDAP,
come back, and
he's starting
you gotta
over.
start all over. You gotta
You
start
got to
all
start
over.
over.
So now it ain't taking you 9 months to get 12 off. You're gonna have to do whatever the math
Yeah,
breaks down, but you're gonna do more than the
and
nine. You know what I'm saying?
sometimes it ain't even worth it if you
It ain't
got
even worth it
Yeah.
for him.
So sometimes you may have to do 12 to get 12 off. You know what I'm saying? If he was in the first in orientation, you know what I'm saying?
You're right about that. But
And
hey, doing 12 to get 12 off, you still got another nine. You still
but
got
at some
nine for
point,
free.
with that being said, we may get into it in another episode, like how the cats would come to RDAP and they wasn't getting the time off, and how you could see how it transformed them and changed their lives, how beneficial this program was to them. You know, because that used to impress
Enos
me,
didn't get
bro.
no time off, right?
Ennis didn't get no time off, no, and you know, and how it influenced him and changed him as a man and
No,
as a
it's a lot of
person.
good
You know
stuff
what
that
I'm
come
saying?
out
And,
of it for
and even
sure.
as
No doubt.
a damn inmate, it changed him. You know what I'm saying?
No
Like
doubt.
it's some very different, life changing material and a life changing experience for me. And I think God put you through things for a reason. You know what I'm saying? And when I look back at it, I hate that I was away from my loved ones, but I also see how it benefited me. You know what I'm saying? I almost look at it like
100%.
going
I
away to
I agree.
going away to college and school for a year. You know what I'm saying?
No doubt.
Because
I
that
mean, he's
time, cause
going away for it's a mental. It's more of a mental and self
yeah,
help and self growth.
yeah, and you don't realize it really when you're going through it, man. It's all I'm just trying to get back to the crib. You know what I'm saying? But you
No
come
doubt.
home, man, and you start applying some of those same tools and principles that we learned, bro.
Nah,
And
we
you just see, and then when you're so used to dealing with motherfuckers on a daily basis that know the same material, so y'all kicking the material back and forth to each other or using it on each other. You know what I'm saying? And you're learning it. And then when you get out here in the world,
yeah.
and people don't have that same skill set. You dig what I'm saying? They don't have
No
those
Nah,
doubt.
tools, and it's an eye opening experience, bro, for sure.
it
You
definitely
No,
helped
it
know,
me.
definitely is.
I
I
don't
agree.
regret it.
No,
I
I don't.
definitely don't regret it at all. You know,
I wouldn't do it again.
no, I wouldn't do it again either. I wouldn't do
I
it if
would.
I was forced to.
I wouldn't volunteer for
I would not volunteer for it.
If
It's
if
maybe out here if it was like not in that prison environment.
I mean, I
it.
wouldn't. If you were to give me, I did. I ended up with the whole process. It was 13 months. In Montgomery, right? if if you were able to convince me and use this as an example based on I guess what I got out of this time and tell me, look, this is what you're gonna get, or you're gonna get something equivalent to this for being gone for 13 months, I may consider it. Now anything longer than that, no, I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Did
It
you
Because
do
definitely
your did you do B? Did you complete your outpatient care? Like your 6 months of
yeah, 4 months.
you
It
complete
was
your six.
4 months.
four
Okay,
Yeah,
months.
that
I did
shit was
6 months
trash.
of group, six
That
months of
shit
group,
was
6 months
trash.
of one on.
That's just a waste of time. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? For
Oh,
the
I
real.
4
had a
months was
good
a finesse.
I had a good dude.
Our dude
I
didn't
had
even
a
know the
dude I would
material.
continue to see. I mean, I
He
had a
didn't even know the
therapist I would
material.
see.
This dude
Oh
didn't know
my
none of our RDAP
my
material.
guy he was a real psychologist.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
And
yeah,
so
yeah.
I had a dude. He was cool as hell. Nah, I
I
would
would.
go and
But
talk to him
what was
about.
your point of asking that though?
I wanted to see did you get your certificate of completion?
I got it, but yeah, yeah. I thought you were gonna elaborate on something more
Oh
like
no, I
the
was just saying
benefit of that. No,
the out care I thought it was funny. It was very interesting seeing all the dudes from around the country. You know, they lived here after getting out. They did the program in different institutions, and how they were in group and what they thought about the aftercare. Like a lot of dudes, it's funny. Our RDAP I found out was different than a lot of people's RDAP. Like,
right.
and they more had jokes about the program. Like the people
Our
I
shit
met,
was like
our
Harvard.
shit was hard like school.
Yeah,
It
Like
was
it
like
was like going to a university,
Like Yale or Harvard. It was, of the
yeah,
RDAPs, that's what they used to use as a
yeah.
comparison.
We
It
were
was like
but
Harvard,
I
Yale, or the RDAPs.
but I still found that everybody still took something from it. Like no matter what their education level was, how much they was BSing, they still knew what the RDAP program was supposed to be about. And when they
Without a
talked,
doubt.
you could tell they went to the program. I didn't meet anybody who I was like, what RDAP you go to? Like they all knew the core principles at least.
Most
And that
definitely.
was which I thought was really interesting for prison.
no
That that
the cognitive behavioral therapy part of it is real. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause even out here, they have programs that you can take that uses the CBT format. That part of it is beneficial. It was all the other stuff that
Yeah,
they
yeah.
threw on it.
They came along with it. And the
Yeah,
CBT format being what?
just understanding your cognitions and understanding
That's
your
the
behaviors, your core beliefs, what's
yeah,
yeah.
motivating your thoughts, slowing down
CBT
your thinking.
CBT
Cognitive
is
behavior
a
therapy.
vapor therapy. Yeah, okay.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
that's what I
that in
thought.
itself is a new form of like therapy that's kind of came on the scenes more than some of the other stuff, right? So
Yeah,
that was the stuff that we was reading in the workbooks
right. We can maybe
when
get a guest on sometime that has
oh yeah, it has a
obviously
background in it.
not so much even the background. I know an individual that's called himself starting his own CBT. You know what I'm saying? And I'm sure
Hey, it's funny,
he'd
you
have
know
a lot
that.
of insight. You know what I'm saying to evaluate or not to
man, we
Hey,
explain
I'm
to us.
definitely
down for that. And the term for CBT, basically in a nutshell, means if you know why you did something, you can change it in the future.
Right.
correct.
If you understand
Yeah.
that CBT, if you understand why you did something, which it did help us all understand that core beliefs and cognitions, it definitely,
hmm
I think it helped us all understand why we did. Like when we look back, we're like, oh, I know exactly why I did that.
Yeah.
Oh, I know
And
back when I did something, I didn't know why I did it. But after the program,
Yeah.
oh, I know
and
exactly why I did that.
and the unfortunate thing, it really taught you how to become a better manipulator because you couldn't get through that program without
No doubt.
improving without manipulation. You know what I'm saying?
Nah,
Tell, hey, it teach
No,
you how
no,
to, it teach you how to,
it
hey, B, bite your
yeah,
tongue when it
yeah.
teaches you really, I mean,
you
that program definitely teaches you how
you
to, hey,
had
bite your
to
tongue
though,
and deal with
bro.
people.
No, you
Yeah.
didn't
Like
have no
you
choice.
had to.
Yeah,
You had to
I mean,
manipulate a
yeah,
way
I
you were
mean,
through it.
yeah.
Because they
without a
because
doubt.
they because they like that's what I meant by all the extra. Like
Yeah.
they it they
They
tried to come
forced you.
off like
Yeah,
it was it was they
yeah.
tried to come
But
off like it was for your benefit, bro, but they played so many games with your
But
No doubt.
time.
but manipulation was frowned upon so much. You know what I'm saying? You would see the DTSs.
I
They
mean,
They
was
was
only,
manipulating.
hey,
They were
only
manipulating each other.
manipulation,
You know
hey,
what
they
I'm
was
saying?
manipulating
only
while trying to get us
certifiable
not to
manipulators
manipulate.
were
I
the
used to sit back.
DTSs, dog.
Yeah,
Only,
you remember
hey,
how we
only
sit there
people
and watch
licensed to
them get
manipulate
into it
were the
and shit?
DTSs.
Huh?
Only people licensed to manipulate there are the DTSs.
No.
That's how they wanted to make it seem.
Yeah, man.
They want to tell
And
you
then
manipulating the program while they manipulating you.
and
Exactly.
then man, and then watching how the DTSs would start beefing, man. You got two counselors that's beefing, you know what I'm saying? And we each would all be different caseloads under
Man, they
different
need
DTSs and
they
counselors. And you know, I'm just explaining it for the audience, you know what I'm saying? And how the DTSs get to
they
beefing,
they
and
weren't even
it's like
holding
you
each
damn
other
near in the
accountable.
game. Man, they
No
ain't holding
doubt.
it, but I felt like I was in a gang, nigga. You know what I'm saying? You gotta pick one side. Well, you know what I'm saying? Because if
They
you ain't
did
on
make
this
you
side,
feel that way. They made
yeah,
you
yeah.
feel like you
If
couldn't
you ain't, you know what I'm
you couldn't
saying?
like the other DTS.
Yeah,
Nah,
you
you better
couldn't
not.
like
Hey,
them, and you couldn't,
not more
and
than
you,
yours. You
yeah,
better not like
exactly.
them more than yours.
And then you'd have to
Hey,
learn how to buck on that other DTS. You know what I'm saying? To make your DTS happy.
hey, so is we're gonna get ready to wrap it up. So
Yeah.
after the discovery of how what we just said, so y'all think we gonna have to revisit this in the future to see what happens. But based on our experience at RDAP, when you go to solitary confinement for any reason, we're saying that he probably have to restart RDAP all over, right? He's out of there, right?
That
Most
RDAP right
From
definitely.
now
our
is a
from our
wrap
Or
experience
for
on
Diddy.
RDAP,
It's a
from
wrap. That
either you
RDAP is
it
a
don't
restart
wrap
matter.
from our
It don't
either
experience.
matter
That
why he
RDAP is
went.
a wrap.
either you restart or it's not the option's not available to you anymore. You kicked
Either,
out. It's over.
or.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
either or. You know what
So
I'm
so
saying?
we
So you
so
got
we
to do
gonna
the
we
rest of
gonna
your time. So either way, you doing more time. You know
so
what
So,
I'm
hey,
saying?
it don't really matter
So
why he
Diddy,
went.
Yeah,
It don't
hey,
matter why he went.
I assessed, I guess that Diddy would be home and we're halfway house in November. I'm pushing my assessment back
Look,
to April of 27.
man, free.
yeah.
But listen,
Free
free
Diddy.
all them brothers. That include
Free
Diddy,
them
man.
all.
Free
Man,
Free them
free all
most
all.
them brothers,
definitely.
man.
Free them all.
Most definitely.
And them sisters. Free
Yeah.
everybody, man. Free y'all.
Yes, sir.
Hey, so listen, man, we're gonna get ready to wrap up. Look, people are always looking for the moment that changed someone's life. The truth is, it's usually not just one moment. It's 1,000 decisions. Some good, some bad, some ugly. We can't change the chapters we've all lived, but every single one of us gets to decide how the next chapter is written in our lives. That's why we call this the fifth quarter, because there's always another quarter. Man, we're gonna see y'all
Most
next time,
definitely.
man. Y'all take it easy.
Peace.